Well, all right. Hello, friends. Welcome back to Double Crossed, episode 23, Tour Championship season finale, FedEx Cup, Patrick Cantlay. I'm your host, Dan, from the internet at 2 inches short. This is my co-host, Dave, at Golf and Jokes from the internet as well. Don't follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Dave, TikTok, growing the following. I don't know if that's true or not, but
no,
we're going to keep going. We're available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are sold. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed, left us some positive reviews, feedback. We appreciate it. If you want to support us, please do so now at the end of this podcast, whenever you like, but we appreciate it. Dave, let's check in with you, buddy. How have you been? How's your week? Long weekend, even in Canada, correct? Holiday weekend.
Labor Day weekend for us. So it's been a good weekend. Have tomorrow off, and you're telling me you guys do too, right?
Would you look at that? Yes.
Yeah.
It is Labor Day weekend. Yes.
So been a good weekend.
Official end of summer, they say. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's what they say. And you know what? It's starting to cool down, especially in the mornings.
Yeah, it's getting a little chilly.
Summer is quickly coming to an end. Golf season up here in Canada is also feels like we don't have much longer, which honestly I'm not too mad about the way I'm playing right now. So I feel like
you played this past week, yes?
Played yesterday, yeah, which was god awful round. So I could use a break. So
I think a lot of us could relate to what you're, I could feel like a lot of us could relate to a god awful round this past Saturday.
Yeah, a beautiful day weather-wise, just that's about it. Nothing was working. So to put it.
Well, we'll regroup, reset. We'll get back out there before the season ends. Fall golf is a beautiful time to be playing golf.
But it is, unless you're hitting the ball the way I'm hitting it, then it's impossible to find your ball with all the leaves on the ground.
Well, I thought with the new father perspective, everything would have just clicked like John Rahm.
I have not played worse golf in my life.
Wow. The opposite effect. Well, maybe were there a couple decent shots?
The last hole,
nice
drive of the day for me. So
hit the fairway, found the ball.
I went through the fairway, but it was just a perfect tee shot.
Nice.
But just a bad round all overall, and I gotta take a little break, relax, regroup. And gotcha. I don't know. I feel like this off season I'm going to put in a lot of work. I don't know. I got to figure some things out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good news is you got some time to figure it out, and you might even wind up bring your little boy to the range and just have him start watching father beat balls. An Earl Tiger situation.
Well, you got definitely next summer that'll happen. Like he'll be walking, he can come and whatever. So I think that'll be.
See that? I'm thinking ahead. I'm with you on that. That's good. Sometimes that fatherhood perspective kicks in at different points. So just keep on the lookout for it. It's it's all right, man. It's all right. We'll get through it together. I did play some golf this past week. It was fun. Played a couple rounds at my golf course, and then my buddy took me out to a beautiful Common Grounds golf course, home in CGA. Played it from a set of tees I've never played it from. I played it from the whites. I think I was 2 tees up from where I normally play from. And man, it was so much fun. Let this just be a general PSA. Move up a set of tees, move it forward. Just go try something different. Play a golf course from a different perspective, because it really changes everything. And it can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, even play from I don't know, one day go play from the red, see if you can break par. I guarantee a lot of people probably still wouldn't.
Still can't. Right.
Not even close.
Right. But it made me realize, just because everything's a little shorter, just because we're lengthening it doesn't mean that it has to get harder. So it's a matter of perspective. So I think if you want to build some confidence, I highly recommend moving up a set of tees. That's also a great way to lose confidence because if you play poorly, it might fuck you up. But yo, it was a blast. It was a ton of fun. So obviously playing golf is never a bad time. So, but we do have some golf to talk about this week. We have the Tour Championship, like we were saying, the season finale. We had a little Solheim Cup action going on with the ladies out in Inverness in Ohio. So let's get into it. I mean, this week on tour, I mean, last of the season, last of the super season, 50 events, right? Tour Championship, Patrick Cantlay goes wire to wire, 72 holes he led, starting with like a 10-shot lead, right?
Yes, he won, but if it's an actual, or if it was a regular Tour Championship, he didn't win.
Well, John Rahm and Kevin Na would have been tied. We gotta first talk about Patrick Cantlay. The dude won 15 million more than that dollars today. Fourth win this year. Wins at, I don't even know what was he under par? He was like
21, where were we? Maybe
he was 21 under. Yeah. So he was 11 under for the week. He fourth win of the season. Like we were saying, closed out a 72 hole win. He was like the first person since Phil to like kind of hold a 54 hole lead or something like that. It gives him 6 PGA Tour wins. He is now the 13th. He obviously Tour Championship win. He also wins the FedEx Cup. He's his 13th, the FedEx Cup's 13th different winner in the last 15 years since it began, and it's the first one to go back-to-back BMW and Tour Championship since Billy Ho did it back in 2014. But you know, we had a shootout come down the stretch. Cantlay made it very interesting. You know, had to lead the majority of the day, and you know, Rahm just was playing lights out.
Well, and he got lucky on 15, Cantlay, for his ball staying up, which I don't understand. Why don't they shave that area down?
I don't know. I'm not going to question how they set up East Lake because it plays. Like
I feel like if that was shaved down, it would get a lot of balls in there. So maybe they don't want to make it super hard, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but we're talking about the par 3, right? The 200 yards carry over water where like there's the only thing we're looking at. Imagine having $15 million on the line. I asked that question. That
was a good meme. I reposted it.
Yeah. $15 million on the line. You got to hit a 200-yard shot, all carry over water.
And normally plays pretty windy that hole.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea how someone holds it together for that, but you know, I mean that's why they're the best in the world. So gotta talk about Cantlay, right? So he shoots his last 15 rounds have been in the 60s.
I saw that.
To close out the tour season, and that record is held by Chucky Three Sticks. Actually, in 2002, he closed out with 16 rounds in the 60s, which is crazy. So yeah, man. So we're Patrick Cantlay. I mean, huge fucking payday, insane amount of money. I mean, made a mess of 17, which you know, he buried a putt on 16 to get a 2-shot lead, right, to go into 17.
Oh, that was like a tap in, basically.
Right.
But yeah, 17 he made a nice clutch putt. And then, even 16 was a nice, 15.
For bogey though. But what I'm saying, 17 for bogey because he flew the green after a flyer after missing the fairway right, which I'm guilty. I did that a couple times this past week. But he caught that flyer and he's like, I don't know, 15 yards over the green and then put himself in a really shitty spot. But he buried that bogey putt like it was like it.
And Rahm.
That putt we were talking, it's like $10 million, that putt.
Yeah, and Rahm should have almost hold his.
On 18?
No, on 17. Rahm almost birdied.
Yes. Well, Rahm almost hold out for an albatross on 18. I mean, these guys pipe their drives. They're the two best. They played that hole the best. I think Cantlay hit it the closest anyone had hit it all day. I mean, with $15 million on the line from he drove it like 360 down there. It was ridiculous. But we should say, I mean, this is now the second win Patrick Cantlay has had in which John Rahm actually had technically could have won. He had
one of them should have won.
Had a 6-shot lead at Memorial, had a WD because of COVID. Patrick Cantlay won there. And here, Rahm starts with a 4-shot deficit. It comes back, winds up tying the low of the tournament, right? That was 14 under par gross, we're going to say, right? So 14 under par ties with Kevin Na, would have went into a playoff. Patrick Cantlay wouldn't have even been there. So, it's funny how that works out. But we are going to get into a little player of the year talk a little bit later in this episode. But we do have to congratulate Dave for picking Patrick Cantlay as his winner for the Tour Championship. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, I picked him, but I mean, it wasn't that great of a pick. He had the lead with the starting strokes, which I want to ask you. Do you like the current format, or do you think they should do something else?
Oh man, dude, they got to do something else. I mean,
I hate this. You know what they should do? They should make all the playoff events in aggregate.
That's an interesting idea. So, I like that idea.
Yeah,
like a soccer match. They play like 2, 3, 4 halves or something like that. I agree. That might be a good idea. I just think giving a guy a lead, I just don't understand how you can count it as an official win on the PGA Tour.
I know, exactly.
But they're doing that. They're doing that, man.
To me, if they're going to do this starting strokes, fine. You could have that for the FedEx Cup, but you should also have like the gross, like Kevin Na and John Rahm.
Do they have like a world golf rankings, like kind of like separate leaderboard where like official points are awarded based on what they really shot? Are you aware of that?
No.
I'm from my understanding that's something that either should be implemented or is implemented. And
to me,
they
should have 2 leaderboards.
Yeah. It's really like a club championship. That's really what this is coming down to.
Yeah.
So,
and whatever, if you don't want to do that, then it should not be an official win, because Cantlay did not win the event. He got gifted the strokes based on his play in the prior tournaments. So, I mean,
which is rightfully based on the format, it should be awarded, but that's what we're saying. That's why. So it's like, okay, well, if you make it an aggregate, now we're talking. I never even thought about that idea until you just mentioned it. So I'm a fan. I like it. Are we still saying four rounds, aggregate 4 rounds of 3?
Yeah. So your score at the Northern Trust, your score at the BMW, and your score at the Tour Championship.
So are you still eliminating players?
Yes, you have to. You have to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's interesting. That's interesting. I just know that the it's pretty much bullshit. I can't believe they count this as a win. I mean, I'll give Tiger, it was his 80th win, right? Like, so like we'll give him that one. But
yeah,
right?
but Tiger's wasn't starting strokes when he won it.
Was that the year before? What, they've only been doing this for 2 years now? 3 years?
I'm pretty sure. I don't think Tiger's was starting strokes. I'm 99.9% sure.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember it's a W.
No, it wasn't, because I remember. Yeah, 100% it wasn't. So they started it the year after, in 2020.
Interesting. No, 2019 then, because you won it in 2018.
Oh, 2018. Sorry, 2019 they started. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, pretty amazing how the PGA Tour does this. I mean, it was kind of exciting. And I do want to say, though, like, it was kind of frustrating not like seeing how much like each putt was worth. Like, there's tons of money at stake. Like, put a stat like, hey, this putt is worth $1 million. This putt is worth $600,000. Like, Cantlay's bogey putt on 17 could have been worth $10 million. $10
million.
Like, I mean, I just think, you build this up so much. Golf's biggest prize, right? I mean, like, that's ultimately what they're banking everything on, right? It's a full season leading up to this. You know, if you're going to give away that much money, I think, you know, I don't think it's great to be floating that kind of money around, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, we're in this age of gambling and betting, and, you know, people are interested in that. I don't know why they don't do that.
I'm pretty sure I saw something. The PGA Tour is signed or something with one of the FanDuel. Who it is, FanDuel. Yeah. So I feel like gambling is going to be a big part of their broadcast going forward. So I feel like they should start putting these things in.
Weren't they doing some like test broadcasts or on different networks, like where like they were trying this like kind of gambling thing where it was like live real time? I don't know if they're still doing it.
I'm not sure.
But all I'm just saying is, like, you know, just you say, hey, Justin Thomas for a birdie. This, you know, worth.
They could have everything. They could have the current odds of the players right now with, you know, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to see some enhancements with that at some point.
That's my next year, I think.
I did. The back nine, though, was commercial free for us, at least. Was it commercial free for you too, Dave? Yeah, that was kind of fun. So yeah, like let's right now, Dave, let's get into
actually, you know what? It may have been, now that I think of it.
Right?
It might have been, yeah.
You can't take it for, it's easy to take it for granted, right?
Sometimes you don't even just realize, but yeah, I think it might have been.
So now, you know, congratulations to Cantlay for winning a boatload of money. I like the kids' press conferences. Patty Ice. Patrick Reed's got to be a little pissed at that nickname, right? Because Patty Ice is a fucking sweet name. The way he talks, I think that this guy,
he's a good talker. Good talker.
You know, and again, I remember watching him again when he shot 60 at the Travelers when he was an amateur, and it was like, holy shit. And then he has been through a ton of shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
at all with his story.
Yeah, I totally forgot about, you know, the car accident, his best friend dying, his back injuries. Like I totally forgot all that stuff.
Yeah, he's been through a lot. You know, he's 29 years old, and he's missed a big chunk of his prime career. So, you know,
I feel like he's just getting into that right now.
Yeah, you know, so. And he's 29 right now, and he's a lock on the Ryder
He's going to be tough to beat at the Ryder Cup,
which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But we got to get into obviously what's on everyone's mind. Player of the year. Well, winner of the FedEx Cup should win the Player of the Year. Maybe not. Probably not. You know, Patrick Cantlay or Jon Rahm. Really, that's kind of who we're looking at this season, right? I mean, those, in my eyes, those are the two that you can judge. But when you look at the big events, Jon Rahm won a fucking US Open and had the chance to win. I think, dude, I heard on golf, I think Brandel said that he was like, if you count Rahm being in the top 10 of Memorial after 54 holes, that gives him like 16 top 10s in like, what is it? 16 top 10s in like, what was it?
So the stat that I'm looking at says in total starts, Cantlay had 23, Rahm had 21. This said Cantlay had 3 wins to Rahm's 1, but you said that's a mistake and Cantlay has 4 wins, right?
Yeah, Cantlay has 4 because he won the Zozo and then he won the Memorial and then he won the BMW
and now Pro Championship. Yeah, and then but top 10 finishes. Rahm has 14, Cantlay only has 6. Rahm has 17 top 25s. Cantlay has 16. Rahm has a slightly better scoring average, and he had in strokes gained total. Rahm is 2.08. Cantley's 1.84. So
those 16 top 10s, like if you gave him that 16 top 10, only VJ and Tiger had more in the last 30 years. Like that's a crazy.
And to be honest, let's be real. Cantlay's Memorial win should be a Rahm win. So if you want to look at wins, it's 3-2. Plus Rahm has the major. Plus in the major championships, Rahm finished pretty much top 10 in all of them.
Rahm won a major. Rahm won a major.
Cantlay has 2 missed cuts in the majors, plus a top 15, plus top 25. So he didn't really factor in any of the majors.
he came on down, later on in the year. I mean, and then he got hot. He said it himself. I mean, you got to look at like the body of work. I don't think there's any.
If you're looking at the body
to
work, it's got to be Rom for me.
Rom, look at the low. Who's got the lowest scoring average on tour? Rom, right? I mean, I think that's player of the year. So, I'm not really too concerned about that. What I am more concerned about is who's going to win the player impact program. The PIP. I mean, that's coming down to the wire. That's a cool, what was it? $40 million that they're, or
40 million,
40 million
between
by
eight
guys.
Yeah.
And I think
I mean, so wait, do they all get it equal share, or is there?
No, I think someone's going to be ranked 1, 2, 3, and then the top is going to get like 8 million, and then so on and so forth. I think that's what's going to happen. But I don't think we're going to know who's going to win that.
And they're not going to tell you, but I mean, I'm sure you'll have an idea.
But what's interesting is that like
it'll probably get
if you're gonna make this whole player impact program, like that means you're dealing with like social media. Like people should know, like, hey, this person had the best social interaction. Like that's
first
that
of all,
should be how.
Why are you going to advertise that you're doing this and not reveal it at the end?
Stupid. I mean, and really what it's created is a Brooks Bryson nightmare, which again we're going to get into a little Brooks and Bryson in a little bit, but yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I also haven't heard of any like driver testing. Has anyone failed a driver test? Like I know we're not going to hear about drug testing, but like we used to hear about, Patrick Cantlay, I think, failed a COR test at some point, right? And or maybe it wasn't him. I don't want to speak out of turn, but like there are so many things that we really haven't heard from the PGA Tour. And
well, there's fines and stuff all the time. You just don't hear about it.
Because it's got to be this kind of like squeaky clean image.
Like I'm pretty sure I heard DJs got busted a couple of times, and you just don't hear about it.
Yeah,
with fines and stuff.
Yeah,
plus Tiger and stuff. I'm sure they get fines all the time for all their F-bombs and stuff. I feel like you just don't hear about it.
Yeah, I mean they definitely try to keep it as quiet as possible, and I mean, their product is entertainment. So, hey, but let's get now into what we saw this past week. Brooksy banned at tour events per Jay Monahan, PGA Tour Commissioner, against fan conduct policy, saying Brooksy at an event to Bryson to anyone can get you thrown out of the tournament. Dave, what the fuck, man?
To me, it's pretty soft. Like, I mean, you're not going to tell someone at a NFL game or basketball or in whatever sport, oh, you can't boo the other team, or you can't call them whatever. It's not like they're cursing at them or whatever, like, they're just saying a name. It's funny. I do get that it's kind of overkill now. Like it was fun at first, and I could see why maybe now it's at the point where it's like just too much. And I'm sure Bryson doesn't like it at all, which we heard the story about last week when he freaked on the fan for calling him Brooksy after the event. So it's definitely
that was like the boiling point, right? Like that was
So I wonder if maybe he just said, oh, you know what, this has to change. Maybe he called up Jay Monahan and be like, look, something needs to happen, and it's not going to come from me because I want to still keep my image that I don't care. But even though he does, he
obviously cares. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean, I understand, like you do want to be respectful and like that's part of the game of golf, but
at the same time, all these other players in the past, you know what shit they had to deal with?
What Tiger had to deal with?
Tiger had so many players. Tiger, I'm sure you get it from people here all the time. Sergio, I'm sure has heard a bunch of shit in the US, but
Yeah,
nothing happened.
I think it's fair.
Nothing happened back then, but now all of a sudden, Bryson and they're going to
Yeah, no,
make this rule.
It's a good call, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anyone was tossed by calling him saying Brooksy this past week.
I don't think
but
so.
I do. Yeah, but dude, it just kind of got out of hand, and this might even make it get out of hand even more.
It is because I don't know if you saw, there was someone posted something on the PGA Tour social. I think they posted a video of Bryson, and all the comments we're like, nice shot, Brooksy. Nice shot, Brooksy. Nice shot. Like, it's man. Just you can't stop the internet.
No, you cannot stop the internet. That's a good call, dude. Yeah, dude. And while we're on the topic of Bryson and Brooks, I mean, got to talk about Brooks WDs after hitting a tree root.
Yeah, that looked bad.
Back nine on Saturday, I think. So at some point, it was questionable whether he might or may not play in the match with Barstool founder Dave Portnoy this Tuesday, I believe, this weekend. But that match has been postponed, you said.
Yeah, it's postponed.
Yes. Yeah. So
I mean, Brooksy, you know what? To be honest, even if he could play, I think it's more postponed just to kind of make it look like he's taking the Ryder Cup seriously right now.
Well, hopefully, he said he withdrew because it was the same risk that he hurt,
cautionary,
2017, 2018, stuff like that. But did you see that, dude? That looked painful.
Someone did say his hand did look swollen as he was leaving.
Yeah.
So,
no, he's not. It's not just like, no, I'm not in contention.
100%. 100%.
Right. Well, there could be people out there who don't think that. So, and then, so I guess we got to talk about whether that puts his status for the Ryder Cup in jeopardy. That's going to be an interesting question.
I'm pretty sure he'll be fine for the Ryder Cup
because he said precautionary, but yeah. But
I mean, if he's not, then I guess there'll just be another player to take his spot. But I'm pretty certain he'll play, and if they need to, maybe they'll rest him another match when
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I mean, I made a stupid joke on Twitter that people really liked. Apparently, it was like Brooks called himself Brooksy and got ejected from the Tour Championship. So I thought that was kind of funny. People are like, "What? That didn't happen." I'm like, "No, man, it's a joke." But anyways, we do have to talk Bryson. Never can't not talk about Bryson. First of all, did you see this? He takes going off 18. He tries to take up the ball up his drive up the 11th fairway, and some fan just like grabbed it and walked away.
So what's the point of going? Oh, because he'll hit it in the water otherwise, right? If he goes down.
Yeah. 18. So he had an opportunity. Yeah. So he had an opportunity to go right of that, I guess, or left. I'm not really sure.
Left
of it. And so, but a fan takes his ball. And so, again, I mean, I guess that means that, hey, if you can't find your ball, you could deem that someone took it. Apparently they had it on video though, right? Some shot link. Yeah, we haven't seen the video footage. But he went on to go make birdie. He didn't have a great day today, and he still continues.
If there was video footage, why wouldn't they show it?
Yeah, I don't know. But we do have to talk about, in his press conference earlier in the week, he was trying to explain himself. He got asked a question about, how he deals with being different and things like that. And within the first 8 seconds of his answer, he keeps comparing himself to Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Dude, listen to this. I can take the heat. I've taken heat my entire life. It's because I'm a little different. I understand that, and I appreciate that. Whether Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, there's always going to be heat. I understand that and respect that. What do you think about Bryson comparing himself to Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk within a span of 10 seconds of an answer?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand what he's trying to say, but again, why? I don't know.
I can't stop laughing.
I guess because people consider Elon, different, and he's
a genius. Is that why we're talking about this?
Yeah, that he's right? People even think he's from another planet. But
That's amazingly funny, dude. I saw a headline about that, and I just had to mention that. I mean,
the Jeff Bezos thing. I don't get that one though.
I don't know. I guess it's you're a little different. I have no idea. Whatever. Bryson's an insane person. But I mean, he's going to be on the Ryder Cup team. We're going to talk about him in a little bit. So let's we got to talk about the fastest round ever played at East Lake. Joaquin Niemann played as a single early Sunday morning, and shot 2 over in an hour and 53 minutes. He beats Kevin Na's record by 5 minutes set in 2016.
Do you think he's actively trying to beat the record? Because you see him running to some.
He was 100% trying to beat the record. An hour and 53 minutes walking, Dave. That's hitting fairways. That's just keeping the ball in play and keeping it moving. Yeah, I think he was running up 18, right? And to like try and beat it, but got in easily by 5 minutes. I don't know. What's the quickest round you've ever played?
I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I know I can get around my course in probably 2 hours in a cart. And I think that's a fair. But we're also trying to enjoy our time out there also. So I don't really understand the people who just trying to rush through it, especially when I'm out there in the morning trying to roll greens or fill divots or something like that. And you have there are people out there working. That's all I'm trying to say. So anyways, got to talk about most birdies in a single round. That record has been set by Sungjae Im this year. He makes 513 birdies in 127 rounds. He beats a record by Steve Flesch, who 123 rounds, he had 209 birdies. So that record stood for 21 years for the most amount of birdies, and only 4 more rounds having 5 more. Dave, that's pretty impressive. Sungjae, how about that? I mean, the dude plays every week.
Yeah, he plays every week. I mean, he finally bought a house, I think, last year. Otherwise, he was just
somewhere
living in a hotel,
road
whatever
life.
It was. Road life, week to week. So, but yeah, guy plays a lot. So I mean, these type of records are right up his alley.
20-year-old record falling is a pretty big deal. Good for Sungjae. Then while we're on the PGA Tour kind of kick, Daniel Berger doesn't know whether if he'd rather win a major or a FedEx Cup. I mean, I hate to tell him this, and I think he probably knows this. He hasn't won either one, so I don't know what kind of stock we could put in it. But so I was curious. I ran a poll on the Twitter, and what would you rather win, any major or a FedEx Cup? The results were overwhelmingly any major. I think I was 77%. And Dave, I think you would agree there. I agree there too.
100%. If you play on the PGA Tour and you care about records and history, it's a major. 100%. You win a major, you're still gonna get a shit ton of money. You're gonna get sponsors. You're gonna get recognition. If you only care about big payday, obviously the FedEx Cup means you were the best player that season for the most part. But you're gonna get a shit ton of money, but it's still not a major. Yeah. No one remembers who won the FedEx Cup.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, you don't. if in 5 years, if you ask someone, oh, do you remember who won or
in
okay,
2021?
No one is ever gonna ask, oh, how many FedEx Cups has so and so won? They're gonna ask you how many majors has so and so won.
Right. Right. No, I get it, man. I hear you. I understand. I'm fully on board with the major train. There's no doubt in my mind that I'd rather have a major than a FedEx Cup. But I do think the FedEx Cup it's been around now since 2006,
2007, 6 or 7. Yeah, Tiger won the first one.
Yeah, Tiger won the first one. But I don't know. The money's nice, but I mean, yeah, majors cements your place in golf history.
Or was it 2009?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
we'll have to look back and check it out. Anyways, yes, I'm on the major. I'm on the major train. Good luck to Daniel Berger, who still needs to try and win both. And we can also talk about him for the Ryder Cup. He played, yeah, he was in the mix. Spieth is pregnant. Congratulations, Jordan Spieth. You know, I saw that
meme. I feel like I heard that a while ago.
Go get that.
No, I feel like I heard that. No, I feel like I heard they were expecting a while ago.
Maybe that was Ricky, dude.
Maybe. I don't know.
Think it could have been. I don't know. You guys are. I don't know. It's like that father. You know, that father. I don't know. Alarm. You know, that bat signal that goes up. Like, hey. You know, I don't know what that's like. You know what that's like. But yeah, congratulations, Jordan Spieth. Like I was saying, we saw I don't know, something on the internet with him saying go get that, and that's how he's going to be yelling at his you know, doctor to retrieve his baby from his during birth. So it's going to be good. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who he talks more to, his golf ball or his child. So we'll see. Got to talk about PGA Tour and Netflix going to produce a docuseries about tour players next season, Dave. Apparently, Ricky Fowler, Tony Finau, Cam Champ are among players interested in appearing. They're trying to get JT and Bryson. Apparently, it's supposed to be something along the lines of some like F1 racing program that they have, that kind of like behind the scenes, kind of before races and things like that. You excited about this?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
I'm excited for it. It's right up my alley, that kind of content.
Being produced by Vox Media, which does some good stuff. So
it'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool if it was produced by HBO.
It'd be cool, but you know, I like a Hard Knocks, like a PJ Tour Hard Knocks.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
that'd be dope. Speaking of, college football season started this week, and
I was gonna ask you, are you who you root for? Colorado State?
Oh, dude,
I went
to the University of Connecticut, and we have a football team, and it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah,
but you know, we're a basketball school, and that's fine. I appreciate the college football scene. I have plenty of friends who've been, you know, went to Big Ten schools and all that fun bullshit. So, NFL starts next
Thursday.
This week?
This Thursday.
Thursday.
This Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Can't wait.
Yeah, dude. It's exciting. You got your, and we should remind everyone that Dave is a Green Bay Packers fan or an Aaron Rodgers fan. Which fan are you?
Both, obviously.
Both. If Aaron Rodgers was not on the Packers, would you still be a Packers fan?
Yes. I would root for Aaron Rodgers to light it up wherever he goes, obviously, but obviously I'm still a Packers fan.
All right, cool. And I'm a New York Giants fan. That's not going to change. However, I do like the Denver Broncos. I also like, if I'm going to root for a team, might as well be in a different conference.
Speaking of Denver Broncos, that's my dad's team.
Really?
Yeah.
See, we got that in common. We had no idea. Wonderful.
Yeah. He's liked them since the Elway days.
Doing any fantasy? Are you doing any fantasy leagues?
I don't do fantasy. I do suicide pools.
Oh, baby, living on the edge.
Yeah.
Have you won those?
I've won 1 year. We won it.
Nice. So that's a big deal. That's a big payout, right?
Yeah. Me and two buddies. We enter it and we pool our entries together. So, you know, better chance.
Yep.
And my buddy went all the way 1 year and we split 21,000.
Woo, baby.
7K each. It was nice.
Nice, dude. Good for you. That's wonderful.
Last year we went all the way as well, but so many people survived last year because it was like it was one of those years where just a lot of favorites won. Yeah. And the payout was not much. I think we got like $800 each. So
that's cool. What's the buy-in in that?
$100.
Nice.
$100.
Nice.
And there is a shit ton of people.
Do you so I mean, but do you bet on football like you do like with golf? Like, are you betting game by game, like all that fun stuff, like parlays and shit?
I do every Sunday. I do college too.
Well, maybe we'll start, maybe we'll talk about that, because golf season, we're gonna be talking about some other things. No, we're still gonna be talking about golf. This is a golf podcast. I'm kidding. But we do have other interests, which we can share. But yeah, let's get into some other tour news, just because there is other things going on in the golf world. European Tour, Nikolai Højgaard, you might remember that name last week, which his brother Rasmus Højgaard, twin brother, wins back-to-back weeks on the European Tour, which I think is cool. It's the Italian Open. Korn Ferry Tour Championship by Joseph Bramlett wins that, and a bunch of guys got their tour cards, and some great stories there, some heartbreak. Go check out some of that. And then gotta talk about the ladies, which we didn't even mention going into this week, but the Solheim Cup. This is the Ryder Cup for the women, basically. Europe versus the United States. Right now, the singles matches will be on Monday, Labor Day finish, which is a cool finish, which I suggest everyone tuning into that. Hopefully we get this podcast out before that comes out. So, but hey, so got to talk about a rules controversy quickly in the Solheim Cup. Where the U.S. is currently down. Nelly Korda hit a putt in a match play situation, and it was overhanging on the edge, or might not have been overhanging on the edge. Anyways, a European tour, I forgot who it was. She comes, a European gal picks up the ball, hands it back to her, only waiting after only 7 seconds. The rules official stepped in and basically said, that's violating the rule, whatever rule it is, saying that you need to wait 10 seconds for a ball that's overhanging to be deemed not moving. The European girls, women, decided to argue the fact that the ball wasn't going in, but the camera angle kind of showed it, and there was no definitive answer because it was picked up. I'm not sure whether you saw any of that, Dave. I mean,
I haven't seen any Solheim stuff, to be honest.
But I mean, so basically, what the ruling was, basically, it awarded the United States the hole, and they wound up winning the match 1-up.
Wow!
And it happened on like 13. So it was a judgment call by the ref. I guess I'm not really sure, but I guess the moral of the story is don't fucking touch your opponent's ball.
Yeah.
At least wait 10 sequence. Like. Don't put yourself in don't put yourself in a situation. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, to begin with, everyone knows golf rules are stupid. There's so many stupid golf rules. So you better be safe than sorry, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. I agree. I mean, you hate to see something like that, but then see the match go 1-up, and pretty. Golf rules controversies are the fucking best. They're so ridiculous most of the time. But so good. So yes, like we were saying, Solheim Cup is pretty fucking cool. And would suggest tuning into that. Good for those ladies. We have to talk about some Ryder Cup picks, because captains, I think at least the US had picks on Wednesday who their captains picks will be. Again, we have the standings for the Team USA. Oh, where are we? We got Colin Morikawa, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantlay. Dave and I again will role play as Steve Stricker. He's a Packers fan too, I believe, right? He's
Wisconsin.
and kind of go through again our 6 captains picks that we're looking at. Because again, after this episode, we're gonna actually have the team, which then we're gonna start ripping apart for whoever he picks. So at number 7, we have Tony Finau. 8, Xander Schauffele. 9, Jordan Spieth. 10, Harris English. 11, Patrick Reed. 12, Daniel Berger. Those are the top. So those are your top 6 after your original qualifiers. Then after that, we have Webb, Scotty Scheffler, Jason Kokrak, Sam Burns, Billy Horschel, Kevin Kisner, Kevin Na, Phil. So, Dave, now since the FedEx Cup is officially over, we have an actual champion, and we have actual real things to look at based on, Patrick Reed playing or not, or kind of how we're feeling about that. But got to take a look at got to take a look at 7 Tony Finau is in. 8, we're going to say this weekly, right? 8, Xander Schauffele's in. 9, Jordan Spieth is in. 10, Harris English is in. Those are locks. Yes.
Locks. Yeah.
Locks. So now again, we have our 2 picks. We have our 2 picks. And right now in that 11 spots, P. Reed, and then 12 is D. Berger, then Webb, like we were saying, Scott Scheffler, Kokrak. So, Dave, based on what we saw from Patrick Reed this week, what we saw from Kevin Na this week, who finished 3rd, who actually tied the lowest score of the week, the gross championship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at, some interesting decisions by Steve Stricker, right?
It's tough. I mean, for me, 100% Kevin Na should be picked. If you're gonna say, play your way onto the team, he's definitely played his way onto the team. I don't know if you look at his last 6 or 7 events, I feel like they're all top 15s. And
they are, let me give it to you. FedEx St. Jude T23, Wyndham T2, Northern Trust T8, BMW T17, and a third at the Tour Championship. He also finished T2 at the John Deere earlier this season.
So I mean, he's been playing solid his last 5-6 events. He does have a win this year as well, right? Doesn't he? I feel like
he does have a win. He's got 2 seconds, 4 top 10s, 9 top 25s. Yep.
Yeah. And plus, I feel like he's that kind of player that would be good in a Ryder Cup setting. Him walking in putts.
He also just so we all are aware, apparently according to the PGA Tour website, he leads the tour in strokes gained around the green too, which
he has a great
helpful
short game, and I feel like that goes a long way in match play and Ryder Cup environments. So I would pick him if I'm Stricker. And I think my second pick, I don't know, you could go with Berger, but I'm leaning Sam Burns.
Wow. Okay.
Although this was not a good week for him, but
it wasn't a great week.
No, but if you look at overall the last couple months, he's been pretty solid. I have a feeling he's not going to get picked though. I have a feeling they're going to go with either Webb or Berger, maybe Reed. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment here with what you're saying.
And Kisner, but I think he's also another one that as much as I would like him on the team, I don't think he'll be picked.
So we should say that Phil Mickelson is officially a captain, right? Like that is he's assistant captain.
Zero.
So Phil's off the table. I was gonna see if I could fade him for the Ryder Cup. That's really the only reason why I brought him up. I would go. I don't know. I still would go with the Patrick Reed move to start and then see kind of where he is, because that dude, he just gets jacked up for he's one of the best match players on the American side. I mean,
I hope he's on the team.
Whether you don't like him or whether you do like him, which nobody likes him. I don't know anybody who likes him, but he's one of those guys who you're happy he's on your team. And I think that, match play brings out the best. And I do think that even though he apparently almost died, I don't think he mentioned the C word, during his press conference, whether they checked him for anything or, stuff like that. But I mean, he said that he was on the verge of it not making it out of there, then came back.
Apparently the doctors said, maybe you should talk, text and talk to family as much as possible right now, because who knows,
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, man. I think that it'd be a mistake to just leave him off the team. I think that he's going to get picked. And I do, bro, it's kind of hard not to I don't know, between then for me, it would be kind of like Berger, Webb, and Kisner, nah, right? Those are, I'm thinking.
To be honest, I wouldn't pick Webb. He hasn't done much in the last little while.
He's a great teammate.
He is
plenty of experience on the team.
I feel like your recent form has to matter most.
All right.
First and foremost, I don't know. Like, I mean, but then again, if that's the case, you're not going to pick Reed. So it's like one of those things. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I'm all right. Fine. I'm going Reed and Nah. Those are my two.
To be honest, from a fan perspective, I hope those are the two picks. If it's not Reed, I hope it's Kisner. Kisner or Nah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll yeah. So again, we'll see what Captain Steve Stricker decides. No matter what, he's going to get criticized for it. So it's going to be great. 100%. People love to rip people apart. Love to rip up picks, which is great. So yeah, man. So we'll see, and then we'll see if Brooks. Again, we got to see if Brooks is healthy. That might be another spot. I don't know. I mean, seems like injuries with Brooks kind of might,
he might be the next.
We might need to see. Hopefully not. Knock on wood. But we'll have to see kind of how his health is after that WD. But anyways, man, what a fucking season! The super season, 50 events in the books. Pretty crazy. I'm glad we got this started.
What would you rate the season out of 10?
Fucking 0 because the Tiger almost died and didn't.
That was a trick question. That's my answer.
I'm glad we're on the same page because I figured that was your answer too. No, man, I think it was. We had some amazing. We had like 7 majors. It was crazy, over the last, couple year and couple months. We still are kind of in the middle of a pandemic. We're having fans back at tournaments. It's, great to see. For all in all, what a year on the PGA Tour. The major winners that we had, the bullshit that kind of went on with the Brooks and Bryson thing, and we'll kind of see how everything kind of plays out. But the PGA Tour season starts in a couple weeks in October, I believe, after the Ryder Cup. So
I believe so.
So we'll be previewing next the first event. I don't even know what it is. We'll look at it later. But our focus now is obviously the Ryder Cup. And that's what we'll be talking about. We probably also will be talking about some of our own shit that we got going on in our golf games. Maybe let you guys know a couple things, and if you guys probably be pretty relatable. So, but hey, Dave, what a season! What a tour championship. It's a lot of money. I wish I won $15 million. What would you do with $15 million?
Oof. I don't know. I have literally no idea.
To quote Office Space, it's definitely 2 chicks at the same time, right? Like that's yeah, man, it's a lot to think about. And I think, players care about it, and it brings the players in, and it is the biggest prize in golf. Just let us know what they're putting for. I want to know when someone misses a putt for 1.2 million. Like, I want to see someone's heart break because their wallet just broke, something like that. But anyways, dude, it was a fun tour championship. I hope we fixed the format. I like the aggregate idea. I have not seen that anywhere or heard of that anywhere else. So maybe that's some groundbreaking stuff we can bring again to Jay Monahan at some point. Jay, if you're listening, we're open for a meeting. Dave, do you have any thoughts? You good with everything? We'll kind of see where we're at with picks. We'll touch base. Maybe we'll play some golf this week and regroup.
Yeah, we'll see how our picks get picked this week. Captain Stricker, and to be honest, we haven't even talked about the picks on the European side. I haven't even looked at, to be honest.
We're gonna need to look at that. Maybe we'll look into that next week. Again, we apologize to Team Europe here. We're a little biased, but maybe we'll look into that next week. When who I don't know even when they're picking. So I don't know whether it's the same day.
Probably the same week. I'm assuming this week, but
I don't know. But we're on time constraints. We can't get to everything right now. So, but
yeah, we'll cover it next week. We'll see who both teams picked, and I'm looking forward to the Ryder Cup. That's my next big thing I'm looking forward to in the golf space. So.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, me too, man. Well, it was a hell of a season, Dave. I really appreciate the conversations we've had. I hope everyone else has enjoyed this, because we kind of started a podcast this year too. And, it's been fun. And we just want to thank everybody again for the support. Otherwise we wouldn't continue doing this. So although we do love talking about golf, and we would just be talking about this by ourselves. So we appreciate you guys listening. Guys, thank you again for hanging with us. If you haven't subscribed, please do leave us a review, rate us something positive, 5 stars. We appreciate it. Again, Dave at Golf and Jokes. I'm at 2 Inches Short on the internet. You can follow us there. We're excited for what we got upcoming. Quick turnaround on the PGA Tour season 2. We'll get into that at some point. But we got a Ryder Cup. You guys, again, have just been double crossed. We are out. What a season. Peace.